What's going on, everybody? You back rocking with your boy Sweet Science Show on the air. Subscribe to the channel, beat the like button up, make sure you hit the bell icon for all your post notifications. We're gonna talk about it. So obviously y'all seen the title of this video, and I feel like Roy Jones Jr. I didn't want to have to do this, you know what I'm saying, but y'all deserve it. Y'all deserve it because y'all been punk ass bitches, and this is what punk ass bitches get. Now, you go back a couple years ago, few years ago, let's say 2018. The UK was on top of the world. UK boxing, it was on top of the world. Before I get deeper into that, growing up, when I was a younger boxing fan and I used to watch boxing with my uncles and my dad and stuff like that, we always kind of like looked at UK boxers, except maybe Lennox Lewis, but then again, he's not just only a UK boxer, he represents Canada and Jamaica as well. So pretty much we only really looked at UK boxers as like fillers or second rate fighters, you know what I'm saying? Nobody really took UK boxers serious. Fast forward to the present day, and you got Anthony Joshua, you got Tyson Fury, you got a couple, you got Billy Joe Saunders, you got a couple people from the UK that was making some noise. And so what the UK did, have you ever seen somebody like, let me give an example. You ever see a guy that really wasn't that good with the ladies when he was younger, and maybe when he gets older, like early 20s, early 30s, he either comes up on a lot of money or he starts working out and gets himself a body? They overcompensate. It's like he just goes overboard with the stuff that he does. Like, he has to try to talk to every chick that's in the room. He has to try to make up for all those years that he wasn't shit to females. And so I feel like when UK boxing, a few years back, finally, had a good name and a good hold in the sport, I feel like they didn't know how to act because they weren't used to it. They weren't used to having, people, more than one person popping in boxing like that. I think they weren't used to it. And so in a result, the UK got really fucking arrogant. They got really fucking pompous. They still are, even though it's over for the UK. As of today, May 2021, it's over for the UK. It's over for UK boxing. And it's like they're still arrogant, and it's like y'all holding on by a thread. They hold on by a thread, and UK has always been second rate with boxing. Now, over the last couple years, who all have they had of note? Let's say Josh Taylor. And this is my observation too. Almost all the UK boxers that are white, they all do this thing. It's like they're all, they know they can't come out in public in like interviews and fight press conferences and stuff and just be flat out racist. They know they can't do that. But they do a whole bunch of weird shit. I'll give you an example. Like when Josh Taylor fought Regis Prograis, and they were doing their sit down. It might have been with Johnny Nelson, whatever that dude's name is. Fucking idiot. They were doing a sit down, and Josh Taylor was trying to tell Regis Prograis, you wear jewelry, you're trying to be someone you're not. And first of all, that's like the same shit Tyson Fury tried to tell Deontay Wilder. Notice it's white people, white fighters, that say this to black fighters. You're wearing all this jewelry, you look flashy, you're trying to be someone you're not. Motherfucker, you live across the world. You don't know shit about me, nigga. How the fuck do you know who and what I'm trying to be? So they do stuff like call black fighters boy, and they know what that means. They think it's funny amongst each other, the white people of the UK and the white fighters of the UK. They think it's funny amongst each other, and then when they get back around each other, like, yeah, you showed him, you called him boy. And where we're from in America, that'll get your teeth punched out. That might get you shot and killed. America's just different, you know. We got a lot of guns and shit over here. Motherfuckers don't play over here. We don't play them type of games. If you even act like you racist, it could get your teeth put on the curb and the back of your head stomped in. So, you know, we don't play those type of games. You know what I'm saying? You keep it cordial and you keep it cool, and we'll keep it cordial and we'll keep it cool. But I noticed that a lot of white UK fighters do that. They say, boy, they try to do all that. They try to talk about how the black fighters dress and stuff. And it's like they just hate on black fighters. Like Billy Joe Saunders having the nerve to sit up here and hate on Jermall Charlo's fights when Jermall Charlo will break Billy Joe Saunders' other eye socket. And that's another thing. What's up with all these UK fighters falling apart like toy soldiers? Callum Smith arm exploding like he had C4 in it. Fucking Kell Brook getting his shit broke. You know, Billy Joe Saunders, whack ass, getting his shit broke because Canelo hit that nigga with that noise. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that the UK is looking real lame right now. What y'all should have done when, like, for example, when Wilder was trying to get that fight with Anthony Joshua, instead of being the bitches that y'all were, what y'all should have did, because that's y'all champion, or well, I guess he got his belts back, but that's y'all champion. So what y'all should have done was, in America, the way we operate, if we got a champion that we want to see take over the world as far as boxing, we're going to push him. Like, if there's somebody that the media is saying that he's scared of, we'll, like, make him fight him. I mean, not really make him, like, you can't hold a gun to a dude's head and be like, fight him right now. But we'll, like, make him fight him. For example, if we got a champion that's just on a tear and there's a guy from somewhere, even if that guy's from the U.S., we will pressure our champion to fight him. We will pressure him instead of sitting up here making excuses to why our champion shouldn't fight this person. Oh no, what has he done to deserve a fight? Why would we? Oh no, he doesn't, he's more popular. No one knows him. That's like, I can't say I can relate because we big dogs over here. The way we raised in America is different. Like, the UK is soft. They softer than America. We over here, it's like ain't shit sweet in America. You know what I'm saying? Our violence ratio to the UK's is way different. Our crime ratio to the UK's is way different. Our toughness ratio to the UK is way different. Not saying crime doesn't happen in the UK. Not saying murder doesn't happen in the UK. Not saying there aren't tough guys in the UK. There's probably dudes in the street that probably aren't even boxers in the UK that will bust your fucking head open. But y'all looking bad as far as boxing. So, like, when Wilder was trying to pressure Anthony Joshua to fight, all y'all did was make it, who knows him? You know, you walk around asking some 90-year-old woman, do you know Deontay Wilder? No, she's not going to know. First of all, you need to find somebody, and the first question you need to ask him is, are you a boxing fan? You know what I'm saying? That's the first question you need to ask. And if they say no, then you leave it right there. If they say yes, then you can ask questions like that. But let me say, at this point, there is nobody that's a real boxing fan that knows Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury that doesn't know Deontay Wilder, and vice versa. There's nobody that knows Deontay Wilder that doesn't know Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, and there's definitely nobody that knows Tyson Fury that doesn't know Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder. So, you know, all the guys that you guys held up in high regard, like, you know, I think this weekend, today or tomorrow, Taylor fights Ramirez. If he loses, all y'all got left is Fury and AJ. Y'all know that the clock is ticking, so y'all can still make the comments of, he's going to batter your black boy again. And that's another thing. Like, y'all want us to show y'all love and y'all want us to show y'all respect. But when all this shit first happened with Wilder and Fury, before we started talking about, because we talked about cheating. That's what it was about at first. But it's like, you white motherfuckers from the UK, it's like the comments y'all started leaving on all of the black guys channels. Big up to the LDBC, big up to Boxing Ego, big up to 78, well 78 still LDBC, big up to Dante's Boxing Nation, big up to Ellie Setback, big up to Aki TV. When y'all started leaving comments, y'all was saying stuff like, oh, you're just mad you got your black boy beat, you got your black arse beat, mate. Like, y'all made it about race, but then have the nerve that when we turn around and point out stuff to ask us why we're bringing up race. You know what I'm saying? That's y'all made it about that first. Our point and what we were talking about was the cheating on behalf of Tyson Fury. And let me just say this as well. If one of our champions did some shit like Fury's done on several occasions, we don't play. See, we different over here, man. Y'all, it's a whole lot of alpha male energy in America. You know what I'm saying? In the UK, you know, y'all have like soccer clubs and stuff, so y'all are used to having your confidence put in your friends and in other men. Y'all are used to having confidence put into groups. So when y'all in groups, y'all can talk tough and y'all can be tough, but individually, who are you? In your soul, by yourself, without anyone trying to help you. Are you a man? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if Taylor loses, he's gone. Billy Joe Saunders is done. He just got his eye socket broke for talking all that stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like Billy Joe Saunders when he makes fun of a guy who tried to come after or talk about Daniel Kinahan. He makes fun of the guy's dead daughter, Billy Joe Saunders. This is one of your champions. You know what I'm saying? And y'all like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all still support him. Y'all characters looking real bad in UK, and y'all all looking like pieces of shit. It's not too late for a lot of y'all to redeem yourselves. Get on the internet and talk about it, man. We'll talk about it with y'all. If you start talking shit, we'll talk shit, because that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? But get on the internet and talk about the people that you guys have caught in the UK cheating. Dillian White's B sample that disappeared. You know what I'm saying? That we'll never see. You know what I'm saying? Him getting into the fight with Oscar Rivas, on top of that with gloves that weren't approved. It's just so much weirdo energy that comes from the UK, and I used to actually like the UK. Just a few years back, before Deontay Wilder smoked Anthony Joshua out, I liked Anthony Joshua. I thought that, you know, from the eye test, I thought the same thing everybody else thinks. I was like, yo, this nigga's big as fuck, bro. If he got skills, who's gonna beat him? And then even when I seen Wilder, I was like, I don't know. Back then I was like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what will happen, but we call fear here. If somebody's pressing your line, basically pushing to fight you, and you don't want no parts of it, and you this big ass motherfucker, we're gonna think you're afraid. And so over time, Wilder just started to make AJ look like he was afraid of him. So that ended up actually, I think, being what the case was. You know what I'm saying? Or at least, if not afraid of Deontay Wilder himself, afraid to lose those belts. And so you have the UK doing all this pompous shit. Billy Joe Saunders is done. I don't know how many other champions you guys have. If you do, it's probably not a lot at this point. So, you know, just the energy from the UK was weird. You know what I'm saying? And then, so we got Billy Joe Saunders out of the way. He was beat by Canelo Alvarez. If Billy Joe Saunders takes a fight with Jermall Charlo, if his career is not already over, I'm sorry, Jermall Charlo will end his career. I'm not saying that because Jermall Charlo's a black guy. I'm not saying that because he's an American. I'm not saying that because he's a black American. I'm saying that because Jermall Charlo's a harder puncher than Billy Joe Saunders. He's just better than Billy Joe Saunders in every way. If Billy Joe Saunders at this point, especially since he's already had one of those eye sockets broken, if he fights Jermall Charlo, if he's not already about to retire, Jermall Charlo will retire him. So he's done. And now all you got is Tyson Fury, who just lost his arbitration. And that's another thing. The UK, this is why y'all mad, and this is why y'all got played. You have the nerve to sit up here and get an attitude at Deontay Wilder when he had, this is more man shit that I'm talking about, when he had a contract for a rematch with Tyson Fury in the event that Tyson Fury won that second fight, which he did win, but that's a whole nother story. So he did win, and you guys try to support a man drawing back on his word and trying to leave a guy behind who gave him the opportunity in the first place. Y'all wouldn't have even been able to sit up here and have an undisputed conversation about Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury if Tyson Fury didn't have that belt. Therefore, if Wilder never gave him the opportunity, which he didn't have to, Let me make sure you understand that, which he did not have to, but he chose to and kept his word to him, gave him the opportunity to get that belt. And then he didn't even get the belt fairly. And then y'all wanted to act like all that was, none of that actually happened. And y'all wanted to start talking about a fight with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, when it was known that Wilder had obviously, you can't argue this anymore. You cannot argue this anymore because it actually just happened. It was known that Wilder had a contract in place with Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury tried to skip out on it in true UK beta male fashion. And so all you guys put all your fucking eggs in one basket, and you were talking about this stupid ass undisputed fight with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, when y'all knew damn well that Deontay Wilder had Tyson Fury in court for arbitration. And should Deontay win that arbitration, which he did, which would have been impossible not to, there is no undisputed fight with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. And yet y'all still have the nerve to sit up here and say that Deontay Wilder ruined it. He ruined it by making a guy keep his word? What the fuck is wrong with you little ass motherfuckers? What is wrong with you niggas? Y'all spit on a lot of you motherfuckers, man. Y'all, like, I feel like if a lot of you motherfuckers, man, you can't hold your own, you ain't got two nuts, you'll get slapped. Like, we slap niggas over here, bro. You can act tough behind the computer, but I really box. I'm really with the shits. You know what I'm saying? Like, we slap niggas over here, bro, for doing bitch shit. And that's just bitch shit. You know what I'm saying? The way a lot of y'all behaving and the way Tyson Fury behaved. And then another thing, another point I want to say is, y'all had the nerve to sit up here and say that Deontay Wilder ruined your fake ass, weak ass, undisputed with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury because Wilder wouldn't step aside. But you same stupid ass motherfuckers, you same stupid ass motherfuckers weren't singing that same tune talking about Anthony Joshua ruined and undisputed when Andy Ruiz tried to do the exact same thing that Tyson Fury is doing or tried to do to Deontay Wilder. And I did not condone that. If Andy Ruiz had a contractual agreement to fight AJ again, you cannot run off with his belts. You cannot do that. You know what I'm saying? And you can't do that because we men over here, and what's fair is fair. So when Andy Ruiz tried to run off on AJ, and AJ had a contract for a rematch to have an undisputed match with Deontay Wilder, I didn't hear y'all talking about, AJ, step aside. When who lost to the higher profile fighter? Deontay Wilder. Y'all say that Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight in the world. Well, then that means, if that is true, which it's not, but y'all say Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight in the world. Well, then that means if Deontay Wilder lost to Tyson Fury, he lost to the best heavyweight in the world. How many of you guys had Andy Ruiz as the best heavyweight in the world before he whooped AJ's ass? Huh? And then y'all have the nerve to sit up here and say, we've already seen it. We've seen enough. We don't need to see it again. When in the score of 2 knockdowns, Deontay Wilder lost to Tyson Fury. He got legitimately knocked down 2 times. And then y'all got the nerve to say that he doesn't deserve a fight with Fury because he got beat so bad. But AJ got his ass beat and got knocked down 4 times. And not only did Wilder's trainer throw in the towel, so Wilder himself did not quit, AJ himself chose not to go back out there, which caused the ref to waive the fight. So, and if you want to be honest and technical, if you're going to be honest with yourself, if you're going to finally turn your life around and be a man, and be an honest motherfucker, and be a real motherfucker, and be a big dog, and not some little ass bitch, some little ass pussy, you'll keep it real and tell the truth. Anthony Joshua got beat up worse than Deontay Wilder did. Boy, nose was leaking. He took 4 downs. He even knocked fucking, at least, he could have won that fight. He quit. And that's another thing. A lot of UK fighters quit. Amir Khan quit versus Terrence Crawford. Billy Joe Saunders quit versus Canelo. Yes, Billy Joe Saunders quit. We've already, you could try to save face for him all you want to, but we already heard his trainer say that he didn't like the body language of Billy Joe Saunders when they asked if he wanted to continue. So that's a quit. Kell Brook quit against Terrence Crawford. Anthony Joshua quit against fucking Andy Ruiz. Daniel Dubois quit against Joe Joyce. The UK is a bunch of quitters. It's over for y'all. Daniel Dubois is done. Fucking Billy Joe Saunders is done. Y'all know the clock is ticking for y'all. So y'all can leave the comments on all of our videos, the Real Channel's videos, talking about Wilder's going to get beat up again. But y'all only got a few months left to do that. So I would suggest you get, if that's the energy you want to keep, get all your comments in now. He's going to beat him. He's going to beat his ass. Ah, ha, ha, ha. He beat him. Okay, cool. Because y'all, the clock is ticking for that. Because I promise you, and I will take bets. And I'm a man of my word. I will take bets. I promise you that Deontay Wilder's going to knock Tyson Fury out. Tyson Fury knows that. That's why he tried to get out of the fight. Y'all came up with all this shit. The contract expired. How can a guy win an arbitration in court if he had no legal recourse to put him in court in the first place? Y'all believed all these stupid motherfuckers instead of being realistic with yourself and looking at what was actually going on. So, you know, man, I just had to make that video and bring and say my message today is pretty much over for UK boxing. Last piece. After Tyson Fury gets knocked out, all y'all gonna have left, if Taylor loses, which I'm picking Ramirez over Taylor, but all y'all gonna have left is Anthony Joshua. And y'all gonna come up with every excuse in the world for Anthony Joshua after Wilder knocks out Fury for Anthony Joshua to not fight him. But what's going to be your excuse then? The pressure is going to be put on Anthony Joshua to fight Deontay Wilder after he decapitates Tyson Fury. And so, Anthony, it's a lose-lose, because if Anthony Joshua doesn't fight him and he goes around the heavyweight division fighting other motherfuckers, we know what it is. He's going to look like a coward. And if he does fight Deontay Wilder, which probably would be his best bet, because, you know, there's a puncher's chance for everybody. If he does fight Deontay Wilder, when he gets knocked out, Deontay Wilder's going to be undisputed. So, pretty much, you know, UK... y'all had a good run. Shout out to all my UK people that aren't racist. Shout out to all my UK people that are real human beings and aren't irrational or immature or stupid. I'm not talking about y'all when I'm addressing the UK. There are people that I've talked to that are cool as fuck in the UK. But for the most part, man, it's over for the UK. It's over. I don't see how y'all can come back from these last couple years, man. And so, you know, it's not too late for y'all to be real. But again, you rock it with Sweet Science Show on the air. Subscribe to the channel. Beat the like button up. Make sure you hit the bell icon for all your post notifications. And I'm motherfucking gone.